right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Comedically Correct. I am Andrew Holiday.
And I'm Corey Evans.
Yeah, and we were going to have Selena back on this week, but we will have her back on soon. So those of you guys that liked her segment, don't worry. She will be back.
Hopefully guest hosting every once in a while, as often as we can get her. She also has a life and is a person. So
yeah. So, as much as we like our friends to always be there for us, sometimes they're just not that good of friends.
Yeah, sometimes they need jobs and dumb shit like that is more important than us or something stupid.
Yeah, just selfish, really. Like, I need to eat and I need money to buy food to eat,
Yeah, it's rude. Honestly, that's why people don't make it in comedy.
Yeah.
If you want to make it in comedy, you have to quit your job and not have food and write jokes all day.
Yeah. In fact, don't even take bathroom breaks. Or live with your mom like I do.
Yeah, do not. I know some comics who are like 2-3 years in, they're still taking showers. You understand? Like,
that's how you
could be writing jokes.
Yeah. Like, that's how you know there's not commitment there. So, Selena, I mean, like, we love you here at Comedically Correct, but I mean, like, you just gotta try harder.
I do want to plug for Selena. Selena's
headlining
like 2 docs, July 30th. It's going to be a great show. So if you are anywhere near Lubbock, Texas, you can go to 2 docs, 9:30 p.m. on July 30th. It's a free show. The drinks are great, and Selena is a very funny comic if you've not seen her in person. So anyone near Lubbock should go out to that.
Yes. Selena is a very funny comedian. I enjoy her comedy very much. That sounded like it was sarcastic. That wasn't sarcastic.
No, Andrew just doesn't have emotions.
Yeah.
Is it Andrew or Drew?
Either or.
Okay.
Just don't call me. Well, you can call me Andy.
Unless we're doing the segment.
When we're doing the segment, yeah. I've never met an Andy that I like. I have a friend, Andy, that definitely doesn't listen to this, but understand, even thinking about you, Andy, I still say that.
Yeah, I don't know any Andys that I like off the top of my head. I might be wrong, but anyone who wants to be called Andy, not a fan. I'm not a fan of those people.
Gus's friend, Andy, I'm okay with him. He's good people. He's actually never been anything but nice to me. But that is it.
That's fair. I knew Andy from like a relationship, through a relationship. Like, he was like my ex-girlfriend's best friend's boyfriend. So I have mixed feelings about him, but it's because she really liked him. She really thought Andy was cool. And then she broke up with me. And I was like, oh, Andy's cool, but you don't love me? Fuck you. And so, yeah, don't like him either. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. You know what? Let me just say it right now. All Andys, just garbage people.
All Andys suck.
Yeah.
Including the fucking mountains.
Oh, don't even get me started. And even female Andys like Andie MacDowell.
Nothing. I didn't know there were female Andys.
Yeah, there are female Andys. Andie MacDowell, the chick from Groundhog's Day.
Don't know. I haven't seen Groundhog's Day in years.
No. Well, it's still good.
I believe you that there are female Andys.
Yeah, she's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. But I also know she sucks.
Is it short for something? And Andrea?
And maybe. I know Drew Barrymore. Her name is actually Andrew, and she goes by Drew.
Her name is Andrew?
Yeah.
I did not know that was a.
It's not a typically girl's name.
Yeah, what's androgynous? I did not know that was an androgynous name.
Yeah, but not nowadays. You can. Well, we could talk about weird names all day. Have you ever? Here's a name. All right, we're gonna talk about an old news story really fast. Do you guys remember this lady? Oh, by the way, we're still doing the giveaway of the troll dolls over here, stone protectors, and that
moonshine over here,
and a lock of Sabrina the Teenage Witch's hair. That's made up. But anyway,
yeah.
Before we get sued,
we will try. We will try our best.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm pretty quick when I'm not unhealthy, but There was this lady that named her kid Absidy, which is ABCDE.
Absidy.
Absidy.
Okay.
Yes. So a lady, a flight attendant, took a picture of this girl's ticket, posted it on Twitter, and saying, "Look at this dumb name this lady named her kid." And
And she got fired.
well, she got in trouble. I don't know if she got fired.
Okay.
She got in big trouble. And here's the thing is, although I think that's kind of messed up, making fun of a child, I still think she was right. That's a really dumb name.
No, it's a stupid name, but you're not allowed to put someone else's personal information on the internet, especially a child's.
Yeah. Well, I think that she did black out like some of the important stuff, but yeah, she left the A B C D E on there.
She blacked out the last name so we wouldn't know which Absidy she was talking about.
Yeah,
like
of
we know
the
we
mini
can
Absidies.
find out the fucking kid. Yeah, she should have gotten in trouble. She should have gotten fired.
Oh, apparently in 2017 there was 27 registered babies as Absidy.
27?
Oh, 317?
Jesus Christ.
373. Okay, 317. That's still not a lot, but that's more than there should be.
Yeah, that's like, did that like go like?
Here's the thing: is everybody that is named their kid Absidy or thinks that the name Absidy is cute or naming their kid ABCDE is cute? I've met one of you, so I've met all of you. I know exactly who you are. You drive a Subaru.
That's all we need to know.
Yeah, you drive a Subaru. You complain to the manager way too much, and you think that you're way more clever than you are.
Absidy? You met someone who named their kid Absidy?
No, I haven't met her. I just know I know her. I know her inside and out. Like I know this person. Now, the thing is, Absidy is not a cute name on its own. Absidy sounds like something you tell your doctor about because it's growing in your butt.
Like, yeah, it doesn't sound good.
Yeah, you're like, I have an. He's like, yeah, you got an Absidy right there that we got to remove right away.
Yeah, I see 7 Absidies on your lungs. It's not good.
It's not. Yeah.
You should get your affairs in order. You should. Too many Absidies.
Way too many Absidies. Yeah. So first off, so it sounds like a problem that you have. Second, it's just a dumb spelling.
Yeah, I don't like the like. I understand as a parent, you're allowed to name your kid whatever you want and all that. Good for you. But I just don't understand. Like, there phonetics should still be rules.
Yeah.
I don't like when someone spells something. I like telling people their names are spelled wrong. People get very offended when you tell them that. When you're like, no, that's wrong. That's incorrect. Yeah,
I give the benefit of the doubt to foreigners. I'm like, that's not what Jays do. But you know what? You're from a Latin country, so you guys don't know any better.
Right? I listen to Bjorn or whatever the fuck his name is. Like, I know y'all do some weird shit with the Jays.
Yeah.
It's mostly Jays.
Yeah. Like, well, I mean, like, you know, you guys haven't figured it out. Don't worry. That's what America's for, is for reinventing yourself.
Oh, man. Just fix the Jays. Do it like we do it in America. It's got to just sound. Use the metric system, okay? Drive on the right side of the road. Get the fuck over it.
Yeah. We don't. We use the imperial system.
Oh, yeah. Don't use the metric system.
Yeah, don't use the better system.
The system that makes sense, fuck that system.
Yeah. But I think we're right on driving on the right side of the road. That just literally sounds right.
I mean, we're the only ones who do it.
Yeah. And we're the only ones that are correct. We're right about that.
That's why we're a world superpower.
Mm-hmm. See, the thing is, most people are right hand dominant. Like, I think close to 90% of the population is right hand dominant. Okay. When you're swerving, you want to swerve inside more than outside, like the vast majority of the time. So having your dominant hand inside just is safer.
Hold on, I'm trying to remember what driving is like. So if I got in my car and I'm driving, I think I swerve outside more than inside.
Yeah, but your stronger hand is on the inside, and that's when
Okay, I get what you're saying.
If something's coming at you, you want to go inside, not outside.
No, if I'm swerving on the road, typically I'm swerving outside. Because if you're swerving inside, you're swerving towards oncoming traffic, typically.
No, that would be the left side. You're going right.
No, you're wrong.
No,
You're
I'm
wrong.
right.
This is not good podcasting. This podcast sucks. This
Okay.
podcast it's just going to be us making movements with our fucking arms. This, who cares? America.
Tell us who's right in the comments below. Moving on.
We should not have to explain why America is right. America just is. It's correct.
You know what? We're right. The same way the biggest kid on the playground is right.
Yeah.
He looks at you and you're like, he's like, you want my fruit roll up? And he's like, you mean my fruit roll up? It's his fruit roll up.
Yeah, we're the bully.
Yeah. We're the biggest kid on the park right now.
Yeah, we've nuked people. We're the only country in the world that's nuked people.
I mean, like, don't tell North Korea that.
No, they know. They know.
Yeah, they better know.
I'll tweet at Kim Jong-un and just be like, can't nuke us. Do it.
Oh shoot. My next story was gonna be the free Britney shirts guy, but I want to talk about Kim Jong-un. Dumb little fat baby man, Kim Jong-un. And by the way, that's actually dangerous saying. He's gotten people outside his country before.
Yeah, he could kill you. It would be so funny if he killed you.
If he kills me and we don't break 100 views on this video, I'm going to be so pissed.
I will make sure if you get assassinated that we get over 100 views on this video. But I will say, love Kim Jong-un. Don't kill me. I got shit going for me. But if you get killed by Kim Jong-un, we would know he killed you, right? Like he would.
I would hope that like he would brag about it.
I don't think he would, because then America has to do something.
America hasn't done shit yet.
But he hasn't come to America and publicly killed somebody.
Yeah, but he like not even like 4 years ago, he killed an American student.
Yeah, but weren't they in North Korea?
The kid was in North Korea, and then the kid stole a poster, and then he killed him.
Yeah, that's the kid's. It's not the kid's fault, but like, why go to North Korea?
I don't know why people were going to North Korea in the first place. Like, I want to go to a country where if I do something stupid that's like silly here, that wouldn't even like something that wouldn't even make it on TikTok. Like that wouldn't even go viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
Got this kid murdered. He stole a poster. And dude, it's so sad because like the kid's really tall, but like just a kid, and he's like crying and he's like asking, and then like they send him back and like basically brain dead, and we did nothing. We're like, that's not cool.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. I get like people. The thing is, like, the world's a complicated place. Like, are we gonna start a war because of one kid? I'm not saying that we shouldn't or we should, but like, who knows? I
don't know what the right answer is either. That's why I like that smart people. I don't know what I'm saying here. I just would prefer there to be smart people in office that knew what to do, but like I don't know what to do about North Korea.
Yeah, I just think there's a lot of like, okay, like weighing your like who's gonna blow, like do I go blow somebody up and then they blow somebody up? Like, what's gonna happen? Who knows? There's a lot of death. People like death.
Yeah, well, death and murder seem to be like a common response to things that piss us off. But yeah, I don't know what we should have done, but it was like the equivalent of like your brother getting punched on the playground, and then you're just like, hey, don't do that. That was what we did. That's fair. But okay, fine. He's going to kill you and he's going to get away with it, but we'll get a lot of views. Yeah, at least 100. We got 43 views last time, so you know. Ooh, fancy. Moving up. Moving on up. One murder is all it's going to take to bust 100. Dude, you know, But okay, so moving on. Kim Jong-un, like our spy, we had like all these spy drones, and they caught him on his yacht going down a water slide.
Yeah.
And just the visual image of a grown man who is one of the most powerful, like the most powerful man in his country, just going down a secret water slide while his country's starving, just is horrible and hysterical at the same time. Like, what's I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what else to say about it. It's just this fat little baby man.
Just water sliding on his yacht.
Yeah. Like, I'm just
Yeah.
like a rich boy. I'm a rich fat boy. Girls like the chubby boys.
Yeah, you forget that these monstrous people are also people. And so it's like, yeah, they enjoy water slides. Like, you know, most people enjoy water slides. Like Hitler probably would have enjoyed a water slide. I don't know if he ever went on one, but you know, if he did, he loved it.
Well, that was like the same thing when like I heard that Vladimir Putin loves ostriches, but like not to eat, like just as pets. He has like all these like ostriches pets. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cute.
See, that's different because ostrich is a unique thing. Like to me, I'm like, everyone loves water sliding.
Yeah.
But like the act of water sliding just seems so fun and innocent.
Yeah. Like, wee. And then like
an hour later, he's like ordering someone's death.
Yeah. Like by piranha. Did you know that the negotiators that he sent to negotiate like a deal with like Trump like 3 years ago, because they couldn't make a deal, which by the way, they were asking way too much. Like there was no way they were going to make a deal. Like they're like, well, let us build, like they were literally like, we want to do everything that we have been doing and you give us money.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, all the stuff that you don't want us to do, like building missiles that can hit Hawaii, we're going to keep doing that. And give us money and stop giving us shit. And you know what? Let our rich people travel to your countries and stuff. You know, like they're like asking for the moon. And so these poor negotiators are like, we got to ask for that. And they're like, yeah. And then they're like, oh, they said no. And they're like, no shit, they said no. But someone's got to take the punishment for this. And they fed them to piranhas.
And they fed them to piranhas?
Yeah.
That's a real news story.
That's you can look it up.
What do I Google? Korean
negotiators fed to piranha.
Negotiators fed to piranha.
Yeah, all of it. There's like a lot of Kim Jong-un stuff. Yeah. Freaking think I'm making this shit up?
And then he went on his fucking water slide.
Yeah. like nothing.
Kim Jong-un is said to have built the fish tank specifically for the execution. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And like the picture in this news article is just like Kim Jong-un like chuckling. So
Yep.
What a fucking, he wouldn't even be a believable supervillain.
Yeah, they're like, nobody's that dumb and mean. But yeah, 100 views, here we come.
All right, good for Kim Jong-un, I guess. That's he's creative.
Yes. He is creative. Like a Bond villain.
Yeah.
I just hope that he told them his whole secret plan before the execution, and then like he left the building and one of them escaped and foiled the whole thing. I don't know. Anyway. So this guy right here. Tell me how you feel about this. Did you see the Free Britney guy? So the guy, he made 10,000 hashtag Free Britney shirts, and instead of writing Free Britney, he wrote Free Britney. Brittany. Two T's.
Free Brittany.
Yeah.
I saw that. Fuck him.
Yeah.
He didn't care about Brittany.
Yes,
he was trying to profit. So like fuck him. Like if like, you know, it would be really sad if he was gonna give these away because he really wanted to free Brittany, but he didn't. He wanted to sell them online And at that point, you're no longer doing a nice thing. You're being a businessman. And if you're a businessman, you should make sure shit's spelled correctly. Like, that's on you, man.
Yeah. Well, here's my two things. Is one, I'm okay when people like profit on trends, like the Team Jacob, Team Edward stuff. Like I bought a Team Jacob jersey or like a Team Valor shirt, like just because it's like, and I'm okay with profiting on that stuff. And like down, like Occupy Wall Street, stuff like that. But you shouldn't profit on a human rights abuse. And
it's like, gross. I agree, it's gross, but someone's gonna do it.
Yeah, I guess, but yeah, like he wants sympathy for trying to profit on a human's rights abuse when and then also what I love that he wrote is like a percentage of the proceeds were gonna go to freaking Britney Spears is rich. The one thing that she doesn't need is money.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't need fans sending in money. Like fan support, sure. Like if you want to support her, great. And that if he didn't lie and say like, well, I was just doing it to make a quick buck because I knew people would buy these things, sure, why not? Make 10,000, whatever. I mean, like,
don't explain yourself.
Yeah, like, it's still gross.
Just don't explain. Like, just be like, yeah, here's a free Britney shirt. It's $10. Like that's all you need to say.
Yeah, and then, or maybe if something happens in Brittany, maybe like they start getting occupied by an evil dictator. Those shirts gonna be like, oh shoot,
free Britney. Yeah,
free Brittany. But yeah, like I just like it when shitty things happen to shitty people, and I'm like that guy. I don't know if he's like a shitty person in general, but don't act like you were like some. He's like, I just wanted to help. Shut up. You wanted to help.
I agree. He wasn't trying to help even a little bit. He was trying to make some money. And if you're going to make some money, you need to make sure you spell shit correctly. Like this isn't, he's obviously not a big Britney Spears fan. If he cared that much, he'd be a big Britney Spears fan. And if he's a big Britney Spears fan, he would know how to spell Brittany. So yeah, he's a dick. Good. Like, I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm glad too. All right.
Also, it's a lot less competition because I'm selling free Britney shirts. I'll post the link underneath the episode on YouTube. So
yeah, so links down below. Everything we talked about here. Also, the Kim Jong-un fat baby man t-shirts as well.
Yeah, we already need a merch store. Let's just make a merch store.
Absolutely. I'm actually working on that. We are working on t-shirts and stuff like that. What else was I gonna say? We are working on a t-shirt that is going to be available on Teespring very soon. That's an announcement I should have had at the beginning of the show because I even wrote it down to do that at the beginning of the show.
We could do it at the end.
Yeah, we'll do it at the end, and maybe I'll just cut it and put it back at the beginning. I don't
know if this is going to stop recording or if it's just going to keep recording. Can you hear me now?
Froze for a second. Yeah.
No, you froze for a second.
Oh,
wait, no, I froze for a second. My internet connection is unstable. I apologize for talking shit about you.
Just never stops. You guys should see how he is when the camera's off.
I did get to see you in real life recently.
Yeah.
That was
I actually forgot to give you lungs. My mom gave me these little lungs to give you, and I was like, crap. I forgot.
Yeah, we got to sit outside in the heat of Houston, Texas. And
the very enjoyable
heat of Houston, Texas. We had to sit 6 feet apart. Because for those of you who don't know, Andrew recently was in an accident. I don't know if I would call it an accident, really, because it's kind of your fault. Because so Andrew went to like one of those circus things with the guys who throw knives, and they asked for a volunteer. And he was one of the volunteers. And I guess the guy was not on his game that day because he tried to throw 2 double knives and literally both pierced his lungs. So Andrew's lungs collapsed. This is for the new listeners. If you've been listening, you already know the story. But I just always feel like to update the new listeners. Both of his lungs collapsed. He was rushed to the hospital. By the time he got to the hospital, like they sent someone out, but like the carnival had already packed up. Like they skipped town, so we can't even sue anybody. You know how carnies are.
Yeah,
And
like I don't even know if I'd get anything if I won.
yeah, I think you'd get like one of those roller coasters that you can move down the street. Those
But
things scare the shit out of me.
I don't want to blame the Cardinal either, though, because like when he was throwing them, he told me not to move, and I was like, I'm gonna zig and zag.
You have not told me that part before.
Oh yeah, no, like
Wasn't he like?
I wanted to
I
test his
just
true
think
skill. Like
I
anybody
just
cannot hit a not moving
oh
target. You know how hard it is
I
to not hit a
God.
moving target?
Yeah, this is on you then. You couldn't even sue him if you wanted to. I
What?
just don't understand. The dude was like 11. Like I saw the video. You sent me the video like after you like woke up from surgery. The dude like was 11 years old at most. He might have been 9.
Mm.
And it's a very disturbing video. Like you can see Andrew trying to scream, but nothing's coming out because his lungs deflated.
Oh,
But
yeah. And I
it
had a
was
beautiful singing voice before that.
yeah, but so he had to get lung transplants because of the Carney accident. So when I visited him, his immune system is really low, and so
Yeah.
we couldn't sit near each other. We had to be outside in case I was sick, so I would not contaminate his nice new lungs.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, Corey looks sickly.
I do look bad. I look terrible. I have had a runny nose, so if I sound real gross, that's me.
Yeah. So um all right, moving on. We're going to we'll get to some of the other news stories later, but oh, I do want to, and Selena's not here, but we're so really fast. Somebody that listened to our podcast made a reference. We, although it did sound like we said it, just quick retraction. We're not saying, and we never said that women are too scared of men to do comedy. And I don't think that that's what we were trying to say. I meant to talk to you about this a minute ago. So
Okay. So we had someone listen and reply to this?
yeah.
Okay.
So and it kind of sounds like that's what we said for a second, but that's not exactly. So it was maybe we misspoke a little bit, but that's not what we were trying to say. We were saying that sometimes, you know, other comedians can be weird and creepy and stuff like that. That doesn't mean that women are necessarily scared of the men that do it, and that's why they
No,
don't
I
do
just think
comedy.
it's another hurdle. Like, I
Yeah,
mean, comedy has a lot of hurdles already.
yeah,
And like, but it's just another hurdle to be like, not only do I have to go to this bar, not only do I have to wait 2 minutes, not only 2 hours to go up, not only do I have to deal with an audience that may or not be here for it, but also I have to deal with a dude asking me out for the 5th time this month. So no,
yeah,
yeah, I apologize if it sounded like we were saying that, but it's just that's another
yeah.
hurdle for women.
Yeah, it's just a thing. I mean, like, it's not something that I would say like is even like in every comedy scene and stuff like that either. I, in fact, actually, I specifically try not to hit on like female comedians. Like, I go out of my way to not hit on them because I'm like, I don't want to be the weirdo. I don't want to come
Yeah,
off as a weirdo at all.
yeah, it's just not fair.
Yeah. So, and also like, I don't want to date a girl funnier than me.
Yeah, that
But
must be
that's just my own self consciousness.
yeah, that must be hard for you. You're not very
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I know. Like, even girls with funny faces, I'm like, I don't want to risk it.
Oh my god, you're a piece of shit. I don't.
I apologize
I can't
to my
believe you had
mom,
a
who is one
woman.
of our only listeners.
Oh Lord.
But what was I? Okay, so all right. Have you ever gotten to an argument with an owner or a audience member, and what was it like?
When I was in Odessa, I mean, I've gotten in arguments with a couple of audience members. Never real bad, except once I was in Odessa. I think you might have been there. As in
I think I
Odessa.
might have because I do remember this joke.
So I was doing an open mic, not even a show in Odessa, and I was going up, and very honestly, it was not going well. And I was pretty new to comedy, so I wasn't good at handling hecklers at all. And this guy started like, I don't even know what it was, because I know I wasn't doing a joke about being gay and I was not doing a joke about my dad. But this guy decided to be funny. He would start screaming out like, your dad is gay. I don't know why. I don't know where it came from. And because I did not know how to handle this, I responded. I decided the best way to handle this is I finally like responded to him and I was like, sir, my dad is dead, which is not true. My dad is very much alive. And then he said, my dad's dead too. And I could not, and like without thinking, I just responded, good. I'm glad he's dead, which is wrong. That's not how I should have handled that situation at all. Like, no part of that was how I should have handled that situation.
Like, good. That saves me time from going to his house and murdering him.
But like, he was like, my dad is dead. And I was like, good. And then he just like got real mad and he just like stood by the stage. And so then like I was on stage and I was like, oh, when I get off the stage, I'm going to get my ass kicked. And so I just kept telling jokes, hoping he'd leave. He didn't. I went too long because I was hoping this dude would get, I don't know, distracted from wanting to beat my ass. And so then I got off stage and he was like, let's talk outside. And I was like, fine, like, let's, you know. And then we go outside.
Let's murder me outside where there would be less witnesses.
Yeah. So we go outside and I don't know how I do it, but I'm pretty charming when I want to be. And I basically talk this guy out of kicking my ass. And then somehow after doing that, the guy starts to really like me and like offers to buy me a drink. So we go back in and instead of getting my ass kicked, I go back into the bar and he buys me a drink. And then he's talking to me about my set and I was doing jokes about being a teacher. And he's like, oh, where do you teach? And I said, this middle school. And he was like, oh, my son goes there. And he said, do you know Johnny Boy? I'm not going to use real names because that could get me in a lot of trouble. But do you know Johnny Boy? And instantly I was like, yeah, I teach that kid. That's what I thought. But I was just like, no, it doesn't ring a bell. And then the next day, that kid came up to me, Johnny Boy came up to me in class and he was like, my dad said he saw you do comedy last night. I was like, oh, and he was like, and he said he almost kicked your ass. And so that was the weirdest, like one of the weirdest moments in comedy for me. It was just such a weird, like, string of events.
Yeah. So I was hoping Selena was going to be here for this one because she was actually here for mine. So I was doing a bunch of like just, you know, the dumbest sexist jokes in the world in my set. Like I think I hit like a good 5 minutes. Like it got to the point where it's like, okay, it's like one sexist joke, you're like, that's kind of funny. Two sexist jokes, you're like, all right, you know. And then like when you're like 8 or 9 sexist jokes, like, dude, what the fuck's this guy's problem?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, does he just hate women? So, and then I was on a completely different joke at this point. Like I was way away from the sexist jokes. I was actually making fun of people that, you know, from Alabama. And then a lady from the back yelled, not funny. And I actually have it recorded because I record all my sets. Just yelled out, not funny. And I was like, thank you. I was like, which joke specifically? And then I apologized. I was like, I'm sorry if any of it was. And I was trying to be patronizing. And then everybody told me it's like, it sounded like you were just really sorry. And I was like, no, I was trying to be, fuck. Did it sound like I was genuinely sorry? Because I wanted to be patronizing.
I didn't want to show human emotion up there.
No, not at all. And then, but like afterwards, I went and I talked to her. Turns out she is the owner of the bar.
Ooh, that's not good.
The Lantern Tavern, by the way.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Yeah, which is a bar
there tonight. Yeah.
Everybody goes there for open mic. I went there plenty of times before and after that. And and the audience was actually on my side. They're like, we thought you were funny. Like, you guys didn't care. And but like I went over there and I talked to her, and she was there with 2 of her friends, and they're like, well, we just came back from a funeral. One of our friends for many years died. I was like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But just out of curiosity, what was a joke that you didn't like? And he's like, well, just, and then so her other friend was like, and he also touched me on the, like he touched me weird, like that. And I was like,
yeah.
Like, I don't know. It just annoyed me.
Sure.
Like he just kind of tapped me. he's like, tell me a funny. He's like, tell me a funny joke. And then I was like, well, I was just telling jokes up there. You didn't like them. Like, which joke did you not like? Or like, I'm just curious on what your issue was. He's like, he's like, you're supposed to be funny. Tell me a funny joke, right? And then like he saw me move back when he tried to poke me. So like I think that he got the idea. I was like, I don't want to be touched. Like, you shouldn't be touching me. And he's like, just tell me a funny joke. And I was like, well, I was already telling jokes. Which joke did you not like? Or which joke was it that you had a problem with? Because I wasn't even sure that it was the sexist jokes that they had a problem with.
Yeah.
Somebody told me later on that it was the sexist jokes that they had a problem with. But like my sexist jokes, I think are too stupid to get mad about. But I'm apparently wrong about that.
Yeah.
Like I think I told you one of the jokes I used was like I think feminism is one of the most important things in our country right now. In fact, I think it's so important that I don't think we should let women be in charge of it anymore.
Yeah.
I think
I'm not making fun of your jokes. I think the idea that any joke is too dumb for people to get mad at is just stupid. Like people can get mad at anything.
Yeah, I just think that joke is like it's obvious that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I was just curious, and then the guy said every one of your jokes was either racist, sexist, or homophobic. And then I was like, I did not say any racist or homophobic. I was like, you got me on the sexist stuff.
Yeah, plenty of sexist stuff. Yes.
Plenty of sexist stuff. But there was not one. I was like, what was the racist joke? And he's like, you tell me what the racist joke is. I was like, that's not how this works. And then I was like, I have the whole thing recorded. I didn't say one racist joke or homophobic. I didn't even mention anything about that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And then he's like, every one of your jokes was either racist, homophobic, or and then he's like, and then he said violent against women. I was like, there was no violence. And then I was like, you guys are dumb. I was like, you're just making up shit now. I was like, yeah, you can be mad at anything if you just make up shit. Like, I hate that cop. Why? Because he's racist. Well, what do you say that was racist? I just think in my head he's racist, and I'll just make up words that he said. Like, it's the dumbest thing in the world. And and then I got mad, and then Willie went up. Willie like asked me because Willie went up like right after me, and so he was still on stage when I got back, and then he's like, "Were they being cool?" And I was like, "No." And then so Willie just started talking shit to him, and I was like, "No, she owns the bar."
And she just got back from a funeral.
And she got back from a funeral.
I love that the moral of this story is someone told Andrew, we just got back from a friend's funeral. And Andrew was like, I'm so sorry. Tell me how to be better at comedy. Which joke didn't, like, I understand. Sorry for your loss. We're grieving the dead. I get that. But like, I'm trying to workshop some bits, bitch. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay. When you look at it that way,
Yeah.
it makes me seem like the bad guy.
Yeah, when I look at it the way you told me it happened.
So, okay, maybe we're both. There's a way we can look at it both ways from yours and mine, where it just seems like we're being very disrespectful of people that we're mourning.
Yeah. That both of ours had that. Yeah. We're just
but
dicks.
At the same time, I'm just saying I didn't say anything racist. You can't make up that I said something I didn't say.
I mean, yeah, I agree, but geez. I did remember one more, and it's a very short one, but all mine happened in Odessa. I've performed comedy for 7 years, and 6 months of it has been in Odessa. And all like my 5 worst stories all happened in Odessa, Texas. But I did a show once in Odessa, and I don't remember what the joke was, but I had some joke that mentioned homelessness. I don't remember what the joke was at all anymore. But then some lady came up to me after and was like, just started yelling at me. It's like, you're not funny. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. And then she's like, you did that joke about homeless people. And she said, my dad's homeless. And I was like, are you homeless? And she's like, no, my dad is. And I was like, then you're a bad daughter. And then I left. It made me so mad. Like, what kind of dick does that? It's also like I'm 90. I can't say for sure because I don't remember the joke, but I'm 99% sure that it was not making fun of homeless people because I've never thought making fun of homeless people was funny.
I I I can't think of any of your jokes.
I
Any of
can't
them
think
that I heard.
I can't
Maybe.
think of any of my jokes that mentioned homelessness at all, but I know I must have had one because she brought it up. But I doubt it was making fun of homeless people. I could be wrong. I'm not saying that like there's no way in hell I did that, but I just don't think I did.
Yeah. Well, like I don't know. Sometimes like you'll ad lib something and you're like, oh, that was more fucked up than I meant it to be.
Yeah, that's very possible. Yeah, ad libbing is dangerous.
Sometimes, yeah. Like if you'll get excited, you'll be in the moment and you're like, ah, nah. Did I just say like did I accidentally just compare like all of the oppressions to genocidal free? Oh no, just okay. But anyway, uh, two times. That's the third time I pissed off the owner of the venue, and each time, one time it's 100% not my fault,
Okay.
but that time like it's my fault, but like I kind of, you know, it's mostly my fault now. The way that you say it, yeah, it's mostly my fault. Anyway, using the words that I used and the way you said it, it's my fault. But in El Paso, at the comic strip,
Uh-huh.
I actually killed there. I only got like 5 minutes on stage, and I freaking killed. But and it was actually one of the first times I killed, so I was like super excited, like I was on cloud nine. But just before I went on, I ordered a burger there. I ordered a burger and a beer, and the lady said that I can have tap water if I ordered food. And I was like, all
Uh-huh.
right, cool. And I was like, can I get some tap water just before I go on stage for when I go on stage? And she said, yeah. And then she wandered off. And then the guy told me I was next. So I went to the bartender and I asked him like, hey, can I get some tap water real fast? I'm about to go on stage. And then he's like 550 or something just for a bottle of water. And I was like, no, can I get some tap water? I already ordered a burger. And he's like, you didn't order it from me. And I was like, well, it's right there. I ordered a burger and she said I could have tap water. And he's like, water ain't free. And I was like, tap water kind of is. It's very
Yeah.
close to being free. And so I was like, I was like, I can't just like have like a little thing of tap water. And he's like, do you think because you're performing, I'm just gonna give you free shit? And I was like, that's not, it's water. I was like, all right, fine, whatever. And then so I kind of gave him a look. I was like, whatever, man. And then I went on stage, I killed, and then so like right afterwards, I think it was like Adam Dominguez or somebody was like, hey man, that's a great set. I was like, he's like, you should go start, talk to the owner. He's actually right there, and he just saw you kill. And I was like, the owner. I was like, I didn't see him, and he's like, he's actually tending bar right now. And I was like, fuck. I was just like a rude little asshole to him, like not
No,
five
you
minutes
weren't a
ago.
rude little asshole. I'm actually on your side on this one. He's a dick. Because one, oh, just because you're performing, I should give you free tap water. Yeah,
Yeah,
because if you're not if people don't perform at your shit, you don't have a business.
yeah,
Like, two, it's fucking tap water. And three, you weren't even asking for it for free. You had already ordered a burger. No,
a
this
burger
one's
and a drink.
this one's fuck him.
Yeah, but like it's also not good. If I knew he was the owner, I'd have just been like, all right, here's $5. Let me get some water. But yeah,
Yeah.
like, but understand also comedians, especially like when you're open micing, are just losing money. Like we're paying gas. A lot of places there's like drink minimums that you have to do. In New York, they actually have to pay to get on stage.
In some places, yeah.
Yeah. So like whether or not, and then like you feel like you're loitering if you're not buying anything there and you want to support like the business and stuff. So I usually try to buy something here and there if I'm going to a venue at least a lot.
Yeah.
So, but like understand that like it's nothing but losing money when you're especially early in a comedy career.
But you're making that sound like that's an excuse for him. He's not losing money. He's making money off you.
Yeah.
He's making money off everyone who goes on stage that
Oh
night.
yeah, no, he's not losing money. Like
Yeah.
I was, but yeah. So that one, at least a little bit I'm responsible for. And then Backbeat in San Antonio. I don't know if you ever performed there.
Yeah, I've only performed in San Antonio once.
Yeah. So me and another comedian got in an argument, or like we had a falling out, which is fine. It happens.
Mhm.
And so she started like talking crap about me to other like to venue owners and stuff like that, which I don't know why she did. Like I never did anything to her. She just thought that I she thought that I took a selfie of us to be mean, but and a few other things that, but like it's just a weird like little thing. But anyway, she started talking shit about to venue owners, and then so like that venue owner, Backbeat, who by the way I've had nothing but positive experiences with. Like I like
Mhm.
chatting with her, but she was like one of those people that just always tell tall tales. Like you're
Yeah,
like, this is for sure a lie. Like that's not something that happens in the real world. But at the
yeah,
same time, they're also entertaining stories, so you just kind of let it happen.
sure.
Um, so so she's just talking shit about me to her, and then that lady just made up this random story about me calling her a bitch. Never once. First off, she owns a venue, and I'm a comedian. I would never do that to her face, which she said I called her a bitch to her face. I barely even call people bitches behind their back.
Yeah,
And she's like, so she like just made up that story like out of nowhere. And then like also like just started randomly saying like he probably has a small penis, which I was like, that's not like none of those things are true.
Mm,
Like that you're aware of.
small is relative.
Okay. Like relative to the average man in the United States, I do okay. Like I'm nothing to write home about.
Just yeah, just it's a Sunday. It's just a it's
Yeah.
fine.
But that other comedian didn't realize that like I still have like a lot of friends that are comedians. Like I guess assumed everybody was on her side. So she was sending the screenshots of her conversation, and then she's like, "Can you believe Andrew would do this?" And a lot of people were like, "No," like they're like, "You wouldn't do that." And I was like, "No, I wouldn't." That lady makes up shit all the time. But like she sent me all the screenshots. So um now once I got all the screenshots from one of my buddies who she was sending the screenshots to, um I got all those screenshots and I was like reading through like that whole conversation. I was like, the fuck, none of that happened. It was just like the weirdest thing, like where I a random story, random like just messed up story about me. Like people lie about other people all the time, and sometimes you catch wind of somebody
Yeah,
lying about you.
yeah, but this is why you don't hang out with comics.
Well, that's not true. Like remember we were talking like comics, like some of my best friends are comics, and then some of the most vindictive, shitty people I've ever met are comics.
Yeah, there's just a lot of drama in comedy scenes in general. It's a bunch of people. It's just weird, but yeah, I mean, like, no, it doesn't surprise me someone lied about you. That happens.
Yeah. It's also weird though because like I have no defense other than do I seem like the guy that would do that? That's like the only defense I have. I was like I can be a bit of a brat sometimes, but like that doesn't seem like me, right? That's not no. But
I don't
yeah,
know. I'd say your defense would just be like, no, I didn't. It might not
like
work, but like that'd be my
yeah,
defense. I'd be like,
I
no, don't do that.
I have those sentiments towards that lady now, but that's just because she lied about me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Also, like in her story, she said that it was like random. I just randomly called her a bitch.
Like you just like walked up to her one day and was like, "You're a bitch.
Yeah,
Can I do your room sometime? Can I please do comedy in your venue?"
yeah. So like there was no build up. Like she didn't even make up a story that would make it plausible for me to call her a bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh yeah, so no, like I'm just upsetting vendors. Like,
All right.
you know,
Yeah, you're not good with venue owners. That's not good. You need to be
you,
better with venue owners for
you know
your.
what's sad is it's actually kind of in my skill set to be good with those people.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I'm a very good salesman. I'm constantly talking to owners of businesses and they're like, you know what? I like you. You should meet my daughter.
Except when you need them to like you for your career, then they hate you.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
just saying statistically, you're not good at it.
You know what? I don't think the owner of Bar 10 likes me specifically either.
Bar 10, is that the Odessa one?
Yeah, I've met her a few times, and like she's never been mean to me, but she's also like always been very short with me.
You know what? I've been to Bar 10 and I don't like the owner. And I don't think I've met her, but I've met her bar. And
Yeah.
anyone who does that to a place, I'm not a fan of.
Uh-huh.
It's
Yeah.
gross. It's a disgusting shithole of a place.
You know what's sad? It's still one of the nicer places in Odessa.
It's a dive bar in a mall. It's like a dive bar that like a bouncer could throw you out of and you'd land in a fucking ball pit.
Yeah, there's a playground right outside there.
It's so disgusting. I hate that place so much. Every bad memory I have from comedy starts at that place. I had one time they gave the bartender a mic so he could talk over the comedians for no fucking reason. He was just coked out, just talking over the comedians. The place is god awful. I hope I get sued for slander because I would win because you have to be lying for it to be slander. The place is a piece of shit.
Yeah, they would have to prove that you were lying. I got my there's Bar 10 is always going to hold a special place in my heart because that's really the first place I ever did serious like comedy, like where I really tried. At the same time, you're not wrong. Like it's also well lit. It's like a dark. Okay, so Bar 10 is a dark bar, but then between the exit and the exit of the mall is well lit, and that's horrible when you're drunk and leaving a bar.
Yeah. It's just a disgusting place. It's also like it wasn't even a comedy night. It was a karaoke night that like comedians co-opted. So then it would be me being like, my dick looks weird. And they'd be like, all right, give it up for Corey Evans. Next up is Marissa, and she's going to sing Don't Stop Believing. It was just, and like clearly everyone would rather hear karaoke than our jokes. It was just an awful place.
It was that's actually why I like started writing jokes instead of like doing like longer bits, is because like people kind of would listen if you were just telling jokes a little bit. And yeah, it wasn't until like I got to like better comedy scenes that I was like, oh well, these guys might listen to what I have to say about like longer topics. But
well,
yeah,
speaking of that, we can start to close out on like a comedy thing because that did bring something up to me. What do you think is better comedy? Do you think comedy shorter jokes is better or longer jokes is better? Like, what would you prefer?
I don't know, man. Like I think that that's like a mood sort of thing because like there's sometimes where I want to listen to like that long form, like where you're really drawing out a thought and like kind of like, you know, like what I would like call like the social detectives.
Yeah.
Like, you know, your Dave Chappelle's, your Bill Burr's, Chris Rock's, Louis C.K.'s, etc. And then there's like your Mitch Hedberg's, your Joan Rivers, who just tell like jokes.
Jokes, yeah.
Yeah, jokes. And I enjoy those too. Like those are the ones that do the best at parties. Like you're not going to do a long bit at a party.
Yeah. I like jokes, but I have a hard time listening to a special. Like if someone is a one-liner comedian for the most part, I can't watch them more than 15 minutes, really. It just it really drains me.
Well, Anthony Jeselnik kind of makes it work.
I won't watch Jeselnik for more than 15 minutes. And this isn't like me saying Jeselnik is a great comic. He's a much better comic than I am and probably will ever be. But it's just like the rhythm and the pattern of it isn't my cup of tea. I like those for 5-10 minutes, but after that, it gets kind of draining. I also can't imagine doing comedy like that. I was actually taught, I like, because like if you are like a real like and I'm talking this shit. Andy Huggins is one of my favorite comedians, and he's in Houston, and he's just a one-liner comedian. But like he explains that like filling 20 minutes, if you're doing one-liners,
Yeah.
he was like there's like 3 to 5 one-liners in a minute. So if you're doing 20 minutes, that's 60 to 100 jokes. And I don't understand how you do that. Like that's a lot of jokes.
Well, what I started doing, this was actually a suggestion from Willie, was I started like trying to tell stories along with jokes, because it's kind of the way that Jim Gaffigan does it, where he'll be telling a story that just has like a bunch of like jokes just like peppered through the story.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, and then that, but yeah, you're right, because like when like I have well over 100 jokes that don't seem to take up that much time.
I don't have almost any. I also think they're both very useful. I think jokes are very useful, especially to start off. If you can do a good joke at the very beginning of a set, it's like all right, it shows people like, hey, you can trust me. Like, but I just don't have many jokes. Like I do like longer bits and stories, and hopefully they're funny sometimes. But
Yeah, but I lose track of my stories all the time when I'm telling them.
yeah, the other nice thing if you're like doing more like short jokes is if you go up to an open mic, you can try like 10 to 12 new jokes if you want to whereas like when I go up to an open mic, it's like I am trying one new thing and it's going to take me 4 minutes to do it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I do a lot of jokes. The only other thing though is, if somebody else figures that like does essentially the same thing as one of your jokes, like I've been using a joke about my brother driving a school bus, and he calls it the magic school bus because all the kids that get on it disappear.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like, and that was like when I was like had that whole like I might be a serial killer set.
Uh-huh.
And then Jimmy Carr in one of his most recent specials, and I don't think Jimmy Carr stole this joke, by the way.
Yeah.
I doubt that he randomly showed up at an open mic in Odessa in this incognito.
Yeah.
But he has a joke which is like almost exactly like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I don't want to use it anymore because people are going to think I stole it from Jimmy Carr.
Yeah. It's tough doing comedy like that. But like that happens with bits too. Where like it's easy to kind of like have similar ideas about because like a bit is just like an idea that you talk about for a long time. And so I don't know. I've had a lot of stuff where people will be like, yeah, there's a bit similar to that. And I'll just be like, okay, well, fuck.
Yeah. What was it? Sam Morrell, and I can't remember her name. She's a British comedian. Have almost the exact same joke, but like reversed.
Okay.
Like it's based on the same thing as like he's like I read an article where they said that nothing's more intimidating to a man than an educated woman. And he's like, yeah. He's like, if I'm like walking down the street and I see a woman and she looks bright, I'm walking down the other side of the street. Like,
Yeah.
And then she had the same joke. She's like, they say that there's nothing more intimidating to a man than a well-educated woman. And, because, when men, she's like, because women, when they're educated, they can make a man look stupid and inferior. Meanwhile, women are scared of men because they could literally just murder us with their hands. And, but like, it's like very similar. It's just like it's like the same joke, but they took different paths
like,
with it.
Yeah, they diverge. Yeah.
And I don't think that they stole it from each other.
No, that just happens. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
like we all are fed the same facts and statistics. Like, like the fact a sneeze is 1/10 of an orgasm. Like we've all heard something like that, or 1/8 or something.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, if I could go to every comedy open mic tonight and hear every joke, I'm going to hear 20 jokes about a sneeze being 1/8 of an orgasm.
Yeah. Well, like,
And
go on.
especially with news stories, like, and like news stories are, you're going to hear the same joke and it's not, no one stole it. It's just, we're receiving the same information. Our brains are working the same way. Like, it's just going to happen. There's millions of us.
Yeah. One of the examples I use is the day that Hugh Hefner died. Every comedian wrote the same joke.
Yeah.
Like that night I performed a joke once, and then like that I for sure wrote on my own. I didn't hear anybody else say it. And then like I saw that exact joke almost to a T as a meme. I was like, well, I can't use that joke anymore.
Yeah, they all, yeah, it just happens. Like late night shows, like you'll see this basically the same joke. It'll be a little different, but
Yeah.
that's
I actually have a playlist of whenever I see two late night comedians do the same joke. I have a playlist because like I want to make a video of like that. Speaking of which, you want to go after this, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be going pretty soon.
Yeah, me too, because I actually have to pee and I have a dinner I gotta get to. But quick announcement about me. I am making another show called The Nerd Rat Show. Think weekend update, but it is going to be hosted by my twin cousin, Poop Johnson.
All right.
And hopefully that will be on the Nerd Rat channel next week. And I was going to show a clip today, but I wasn't able to film it today.
Okay. So Nerd Rat with Poop Johnson.
Poop Johnson.
Poop Johnson. Good name.
Yeah. Think all the credibility of Alex Jones.
Okay.
With the likability of Sean Hannity.
I like it. That's going to be good content. That's going to be very solid content that people love.
Yeah. And I'm just producing it. My twin cousin is going to be doing it.
Poop Johnson.
Poop Johnson.
In the Nerd Rat. Keep an eye out.
Yeah.
It's going to be big.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. So keep an eye out for that. Corey, we already said that, but do you have anything else going on?
I run an open mic. That's a lot of fun in Lubbock, Texas, Thursday at 8 at Bar PM. The comedy is okay, but the drinks are really cheap and I get everyone really drunk. But other than that, no, I'm actually taking a little bit, not a break, but I'm taking it easy as school is about to start back up and I need to save my energy.
School's about to start back up? Shoot.
Yeah, I think I have like 1 or 2 weeks left.
Dang.
Technically, I'm in work right now. So
really?
Like I've been working this week for professional development. And then I've got like then next week I'm off. And then I think the week after that I'm back. So it's going to be moving very quickly and I'm going to be tired all the time.
That is going to do nothing but help the show's quality. So it's going to be great.
Yeah, when I get tired, I get sad, and when I'm sad, I'm funnier. So,
hey,
this is y'all been getting happy Corey, and happy Corey is garbage. So,
sad Corey, it is all right, and I think that is all we have. Okay. Do you want to start the close?
Thank you for listening to Comedically Correct.
My name's Andrew.
Oh wait, no, sorry.
My name is Andrew Holiday.
I'm Corey Evans. Sorry for wasting your time.
Yeah, we are sorry for wasting your time. You have a great day. Bye.
All right, see you later.
Later.